Well, good evening, everyone. A little special edition of the Business Buzz for Saturday, December 21st, 2024. Yes, I'm watching football like everybody else, but at the same time, it's kind of disappointing knowing that both my favorite teams, the Florida State Seminoles and the Jacksonville Jaguars, are nowhere even close to be competing. Florida State season is over and Jags are just playing out the string. So it's good. It's good watching football, but it's also kind of depressing too. Anyway, just wanted to give you a little update. So basically, what happened was um, there was a technical shutdown of the government last night, but everything's appears to be okay. So what happened was about 6 o'clock last night. The House passed the excuse me, continuing resolution 366 to 34. Okay. So they put the bill in there. It contains pretty much just enough funding through March 14th. So 3 months. And then also a little over 100, closer to 110 billion for hurricane relief, and then about $10 billion for farm relief. Okay. Key, and this is what I liked about it, was no suspension or postponement or increase in the debt ceiling limit. It's a high time we got to some kind of fiscal sanity, and a lot of Republicans, they voted against that, and they voted against that all along. So, such as Thomas Massie of Kentucky and Nancy Mace of South Carolina, they want to see some fiscal constraint, and President-elect Trump didn't want that. He wanted to kind of clear the decks for the first 2 years of office. He didn't want too much on his plate, but I'll be honest, when you're $36 trillion in debt and Social Security is starting to go bankrupt or at least insolvent, something's got to be done. So what happened was last night, it went to the Senate for discussion. The Senate deliberated, and they got everybody on board. It was a little after midnight, so the shutdown technically happened, and they passed the bill 85-11. And I might want to add, both of those, especially the House versions, passed well over the 2/3 majority needed to speed a bill through. So, it had strong bipartisan support in both cases. So then it went to President Biden for his signature, which he did this morning. So government's not shut down anymore. If you're flying out for Christmas, I am not. Usually I go to see my mom, Sheila, my biological mom, up in Washington State this year, every year. And I see her twice a year. And because of my shoulder surgery, I still can't schlep a 45 to 50 pound suitcase around. So we're not doing that this year. I'll see her in the spring after everything's healed and tax season is over. So also a little bit of news, but it's under the radar, but it is, I think, going to pick up steam in 2025. That's Social Security reform. The Senate voted on a bill this week to start reforming Social Security, which, is at the current rate it's going, will be drained or at least insolvent by about 2031, or only 6 years from now. So now they called it close. I think it was Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky called it close, but actually it wasn't. It was he was being facetious. It failed 93-3. But I think what you're going to see in 2025 as a trending story is the need to fix Social Security. Social Security reform is going to have to take a front and center stage in the next couple of years, or else you're going to have a lot of people have paid in for 40 to 50 years that are not getting all their benefits. As it is, the Social Security age, actually, the bill with the Senate bill, the Social Security reform that was talked about was raising the limit to 70, the age limit where right now it's for most people it's 67. Full retirement age is 67. So you went, I mean, if you want full benefits, you have to wait to start drawing at 67. However, sometimes it behooves you to start withdrawing, albeit a lower amount earlier, and sometimes you have no choice. So one size does not fit all with that. But the bill was to allow the full retirement age to go to 70. It's going to have to happen sooner or later. You're either going to have to raise the age limit for full retirement. You're going to have to increase taxes, Social Security taxes. You may have to eliminate the exemption amount, which is about $165,000. Because they did that with Medicare back in the 90s, and where there's no income limit to Medicare. There still is with Social Security. So something like that's going to need to happen. And then you've got, people are going to take less benefits, but in this inflationary environment and, a probable recession this year, or going forward, it's not going to be too palatable. So expect Social Security to come to the forefront in 2025. But no shutdown. I like the bill. I like the new law. Just enough funding. It was pretty prudent funding. The needed funding for the recovery and the farm bill, and I think and no eliminating the limit on the credit card, which I probably like the most of that. So anyway, I will be watching the Jags lose tomorrow, I'm sure, to the Raiders. Actually, at this point, I kind of want them to get a higher draft pick as long as Trent Baalke gets fired, but that's another story. Anyway, I will see you Monday. Have a good weekend and take care.